Hey guys, here, right here, hopefully you guys are all enjoying your holidays, spending time with your family, of course, and taking the opportunity of the sales and whatnot, and you know, just I don't know, myself personally, I don't really spend much during the year, but at this time of the year, I would spend a bit just to get some clothes in preparation for the next year and survive throughout that. So that's basically how I do it. I don't really like spending during the year. That's just myself. I don't really spend much on myself. I just spend mostly on things that would improve my content on YouTube rather than anything else, or basically technology. But yeah, when it comes to myself, I'm not really a materialistic person, and just, you know, I don't know, I don't really see myself that way. But anyway, this video I want to cover a few things. I guess one in particular is the sort of question that has been arising quite frequently on my Twitter and the YouTube comments as to why myself and my crew use high-end tires on supercars, sports tires on sports, and of course muscle. But why have we changed it from how it was a few months ago when everyone was using off-road tires? I'll be explaining that a little bit, but first of all, off-road tires, as you guys know, is pretty much the optimal tires you want to be using when it comes to really pushing your performance with your car and maximizing the absolute limit of the game with the mechanics given. It kind of does make it unfair on the other tires to select from. It restricts you to pretty much just using off-road tires. But of course, when it comes to racing, who's going to look at the tires, right? It's pretty much just racing, and you know, the skill involved in that. No one's going to be looking at your tires during the racing environment. But the reason why we switched from off-roads to normal tires that suited to the car is because it gives it a natural feel, and also we seem to get more consistent battles through the tires that are according to the car. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things where everything feels natural. Even the little bumps, the car doesn't respond to it. Obviously, like we know, the off-road tires makes everything smoother, which technically should make it easier for racing. But then again, your car is going extremely quick around corners, and it's extremely difficult to make mistakes yourself. But when you actually having to react to other players around you, that's where the mistakes come, and inconsistencies there as well with the battles. Now, with that being said, of course, within this footage what you're watching now, we're using high-end tires. It was a pretty consistent battle. There are points where, you know, Picano's going for overtakes. He does rear-end me once during this race, but it was pretty consistent throughout. And also another thing, the reason why we use high-end tires is simply because it sort of increases the skill gap in a sense of car control, but it's not that much, you know, compared to the off-road tires. I mean, off-road tires still does require skill, of course, to that sort of level where you have to optimize everything around a corner. But with the high-end tires, it's more to do with the car control and being able to consistently go quick at the same time. Because think about high-end tires and tires that are suited to the car, basically. There's a lot more oversteer at certain points where there's bumps and whatnot. You really have to pay attention when carrying the speed as well. And it just feels more natural, like I've said. It feels more comfortable. And it's one of those things where, say you're defending as well, it's not only just, you know, you braking at the right points and really taking the line. It's about actually controlling that car through the line, because you can easily spin out. Whereas with off-road tires, you can pretty much floor every single corner. Now, this obviously is nothing to do with hot lap, and this is to do with us trying to gain more than 3 to 4 car battles, which we have done, and we've proven that it's possible to do consistently with this set of tires. We've never witnessed anything like this with off-road tires, because there always seems to be a collision somewhere around a particular corner with a few cars, and every time the grid seems to split up. And this is not something we want, because it ruins the racing experience, especially when you're doing a long race with 5 laps, which will last about 12 minutes, and I don't want people to sit there 12 minutes, you know, split up from the grid, and they have no chance of fighting for the podium. And then again, this in fact actually in turn will allow you to fight for podium, because especially when the guy is at the front of the race in first place is comfortable, but he's got to consistently go quick and keep up his pace for about, you know, the next 4 laps, I guess, in the rest of the race. It's still extremely difficult for him to, you know, not make a mistake, because of the level of control that is required to do so when optimizing speed around the track and around a lap every single time. It's extremely difficult. And so even bumps, of course, you know, a slight little curb, your car goes over, your car becomes more responsive. You may turn the opposite direction, you may oversteer when taking the corner, especially when you two-wheel exit on the curb. So when this happens, of course, the skill gap increases, makes things more interesting, and definitely makes it more competitive. This is something that we personally do as a crew. I'm not telling anyone, I'm not forcing anyone to change to these restrictions. Of course, these are restrictions which may or may not improve your gaming experience for yourself, but as a crew, we have all agreed on these restrictions because this is what we enjoy doing, and getting more consistent battles amongst everyone. So it definitely is a challenge, of course. Some people may not like this because, you know, GTA 5 is supposed to be fun and it should not be taken to this level where there is a lot of skill involved, I guess. Of course, even with off-road tires, there's a lot of skill involved, but with high-end, you're just upping your game when it comes to car control as well. So there's a lot more things to pay attention to, not only just brakes, not only just racecraft, but even car control. And that is what we are aiming to do as a crew. But like I said, man, you guys can use whatever you want. I mean, I'm not here to dictate what you have to do. All I'm stating that this is what we do as a crew, and if you like what we do as a crew, then by all means join. It's open crew, of course. I think the crew is full now. I haven't even checked. We usually filter out the crew by clearing out all the inactives, and anyone that's active may be able to join again. If I do kick you guys out, that's not because I'm kicking you because I don't like you, I don't want you in the crew. That's because we're clearing out the crew, and it's extremely long to do it through the actual process of inactive active people. So instead, we just clear out the entire crew, and for those who still continue to play GTA 5 and still continue to show interest in racing, can then join the crew once again because it's open and not invite only. So I want to give everyone a chance. Of course, that a lot of the times, a lot of people complain. There's quite a few people complaining about, oh, you banned me from the crew, this and that. That's because it's to do with the commissioners. It's to do with who you race with. Obviously, we try to take it seriously in this sense that we want to have smooth, clean battles. We want to respect each other. So if you are not going to do that and follow by simple rules, then people would ban you. People will, you know, obviously would not want you to be in the lobby. Everyone's got different perspectives, man. Everyone's got different ways of seeing things, you know. Especially if you watch through this entire footage, I was lagging in front of Picano. A lot of lag is involved, and that in itself causes controversy, as you know. But he took it like a boss, and he just carried on going, and he obviously showed good spirit in fighting for that first spot. And it's annoying because I've got 75 meg download and, or was it 20 meg upload from BT Infinity, and I'm still lagging. But of course I was streaming at the time. I don't know, man, it's extremely annoying because I was the host of the race, I was the host of the Skype call, I was the host of the, obviously, the stream. But that should not be a problem. It's nearly 2015 now, and lag is still a huge issue with a lot of people regardless, and that is annoying. That will always be there in an online experience, especially from what we witnessed through PSN and Xbox Lives getting hacked from these people with these squads. I don't know, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to think. I don't want to get into that conversation, man. That shit is going on and on between massive wars with hacker groups and shit. I don't know why 2015 these companies can't get shit straight. But anyway, that's that. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. Of course, even though we're a small community, one may simply argue, why are we restricting it even further? That's not my intentions. This is simply for those who show interest in competitive racing. You can follow by these restrictions. If you want to play for fun and race for fun, by all means do so. But the thing is, this is also fun. Don't forget, we're not doing this for money. We're not doing this because we're gaining some points or whatnot. We're doing this because this is the experience that we are having now that is most enjoyable for us. We have fun doing this. So if you guys like having fun this way, then join these restrictions. If you have fun with off-road tires, with curbs, remember guys, we don't nowadays, we don't even go for curbs. We don't go for curb boosts, which I made a video about a few months ago. That's because it creates a disadvantage for. And when also we've sort of restricted that, you know, we always simply state before a race, just don't abuse the curbs, just stick to the fair lines, and, you know, reward players that actually take the proper line and taking risks through the restrictions given on the track, with the track design, with the barriers. That way you're going to get smoother battles and actually more intense battles that way as well, where instead of someone overtaking someone on the straight just because they use the curb. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. This is sort of the things and the perspectives that we've sort of recently changed over the past few months for GTA 5 racing to make things more interesting and fun and challenging and more competitive. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. So we've officially stopped using off-road tires. That's pretty much what this video is about. Of course you can use off-road tires on off-road vehicles, that's acceptable, but like I said, we just use the tires according to the car class. So thanks for watching, guys, and of course enjoy your holidays and spend time with your family, and let's prepare for New Year's for 2015, and I'll see you guys then. Shaggy, sign out, good night, peace, yay! Hey guys, Shaggy here, right here, you know, welcome to the GTA 5 Coffee Car episode. So the rat truck going against the Slam, and I've been recently slacking with these sort of episodes, but I am working on it. I'm testing, obviously, past few days, PSN